Hello, my name is Eden from Woolly Bear Jewelry. So this kit comes with all of these colors, which they are higher end colors, so they cost a little bit more. So this one's a 24 karat gold, light plated. There's also a bronze iris in this color palette, which is also a little bit more on the pricier side. But there's 8 grams of each color within it. And there will be a pair of 14 karat gold filled wire guards and classic French hooks. And you don't need tools so long as you put the hook within your wire guard before you secure it to your earring. The kit also comes with a graph, and then it also comes with sample threads. We use Good Thread by Bead, and we also use Wildfire by Beaded. And we also give you a needle in this kit. All right, so grab yourself an arm span of your Wildfire. Then thread your needle. Usually I like to flatten the end. And then I like to cut it on a diagonal because that usually helps me get it through the needle eye easily, kind of. Okay, I'm gonna start left to right on this graph. So this is 1, 2 pink, 1 white, and 1 pink. And when you start a graph, you're doing an S for pickup. So you're gonna go S. So if you don't know what your pickup is, you'd start your S on the bottom, 2 pink, 1 white, 1 pink. The next will be 2 white. This one's pretty easy until you get over here. So then you're gonna pick up, if you're coming down on your S, you'll be 2 white, going back down, 1 white, 1 pink. Let's start by picking up your first 4 beads, which would be your 2 pink, 1 white, and 1 pink. So now that you picked 4, don't mind my nails are really dry, my hands. So go all the way down to your tail end and you'll have 4 of your beads. And I'll create my stopper by going up 2, the first 2 only. Pull tight. Now you've got a box. Your tail end is where you started, and that's where you want it to stay, is where you started. And then you're going to go through this little bridge in between your box. And you're going to create a knot. Just a simple knot. And then when you pull to tighten, you want that knot just to stay right in between the 2 columns. And I do 2 knots for security. And there you go. So now you're tied in. And then when you're done your earring, you actually can just cut your tail end off rather than threading it and going back into your work and tying off within your work. Okay, now that you've tied off, you'll go back down like an S. And now you're going up. So you'll pick up another 2 white. And then you'll go around. You never go up the same way your thread is coming out for ladder stitch. Now go back up to secure. And you can add your next 2 beads, which are 2 more white. So on the opposite end that the string is coming out, pull tight, and then to finish off, go back down it. And when you pull tight for your ladder stitch, you want to pull not away from your work, but towards your work. So towards, not away, towards. Pick up your next two. And again, go in the opposing way. Pull tight. And to secure it, go back up. And you'll just do that until you finish your first row. All right, so I finished my ladder stitch for the first row. That's what it looks like. And that's usually your hardest part of making an earring. And then the second row is now going to be double brick stitch. So again, you're going to pick up 4 beads. And in this case, it's 4 white beads. And usually from the tail end, I usually flip it over whenever I need to start left to right. Okay, so now you want to go through your second bridge. And a bridge is the string attached from each column. So this is 1 bridge, 2 bridge, 3 bridge. So you want to go under the second bridge right there. So go under that thread. Oops. Pull tight and you'll get a little arch that looks like that. And then what you do is you go up the 2 beads. So these 2. It's a lot harder to do with a camera in your face. Okay, so pull tight. And then you have to go back the first 2 beads like a circle to secure your second row or any row after this. And when I finish each row, I actually like to pull tight up and then I like to roll these 2 beads backwards like that, sort of like a bead roll. And when you do that at the same time by pulling, and it actually tightens any slack up, but not too tight. It just kind of has the bricolage effect so that it's nice and flat. And going forward, it will be white 2 pickups for double brick stitch. And you just continue on underneath each bridge until you go to the very end. So go under your next bridge, go up your column, and do your trick where you pull and roll. Next bridge. Oops. Go up your column, pull tight, roll. Next. And by the time you're done your second row, if your ladder stitch first row was a little wonky, this usually helps correct that. After I'm done my second row, I usually like to cut my tail off just so it's out of my way. And I'm going to show you how to do the pickup with 4 for the next row again. So pick up 4, and then you're going to go through your second bridge once again. Then you're going to go up 2. Circle back around and go back down the other 2. And then back up to finish a full circle. Now I do my pull and roll. Okay, so I finished the top, and there she is. Now this is the no tool part, so you have to remember this, otherwise you're gonna have to use a tool. All right, so before securing your wire guard to the top, this is your wire guard. And that's what you're gonna do. You'll need to stick your hook through your wire guard. Oops. And now you can thread through your horseshoe. Okay, now pull through. You'll see how it sits nice on the very top, like so. So I have to secure this end, and I'll do that by going through the opposite end of this side, through those two beads. Now it's sitting there nicely. Now I go through the bridge underneath. And then I'll go back up again through the horseshoe. And then through the other side once again. Oops, like that. Just make sure your thread sits within your wire guard. Like that. Okay, so now you're ready to tie it off. So I'll just go down a couple rows. And then I'll put it through the bridge below and make a knot right above that column, like that. And you can do twice over if you want to, which is what I usually do. Actually go down like that, and you're ready to burn your thread off. Oh my goodness, okay, here. Here's my thread burner. There you go, all done. So now we're ready for fringing. All right, so fringe, I used Good Thread by John Bead, and for me to measure out how much string I need, so I'm not wasting anything, I usually just do like a finger measurement, which is, looks to me, the longest thread is 3 fingers for fringe. So I'll take 3 fingers and I'll just do, there's 13 of them, so I'll just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Give myself an extra row, 14. Snip. And I do actually pull the thread slightly or put a little bit of wax. It's totally your preference on what you want to do. I find that it helps with the that the fringe flows. So it's just a matter of not too tight, but a good amount of tension. For my graph, I usually switch this over and I start on my right side. I don't know why, I just do. So I'm going to start on my right side and make sure your top is the same as your graph facing you when you start. So this one, I'll start over here and I will put my knot probably in here. A few 3 rows up. So I like to just do 1 knot. All right, so after tying off, I do like to go back around. Since I only did 1 knot, and then go down. Okay, we're ready to start our fringe after I cut this part off. All right, so pick up your beads for your first leg of fringe. Okay, so last bead, remove. Now take your needle and go back all the other beads. Don't miss one, otherwise you'll have a little line and it will make your fringe go funny. Okay, so go up your base, the first two, and then just pull and then go down the next two of your base. So go down, and then what I like to do is adjust tension every time I finish one fringe. So there's one. Do your next pickup. All right, so here's your other leg. Remove bead. Go up all your other beads. And then through the first two beads of your first row on your top. Pull so that everything is not loose. Go through your next two. And then adjust tension again. All right, a lot of the time when I'm doing tension, I do like to roll. I just take like a piece of microfiber cloth and I'll just roll the legs a little bit. And just keep going. All right, after you finish doing all of your fringe and you're ready to go up your last base column here, and you can just tie off a couple rows up. I like to do that loop around so that I only have to tie off once. Just put a regular knot, and then you can go up one more if you like, and then that's where you can burn it off. Okay, so now you've got yourself a pair of sandstone mountain earrings. So these are your velvet sandstone mountain earrings.